The Sipher Odyssey Play to Airdrop campaign is well underway. This game has been an absolute blast. If you are not playing, you absolutely need to get involved. I have an affiliate link down below where you can get a 10% bonus on your airdrop. You also get a 10% bonus if you hold a Darth Squirrel. So there's lots of ways with my channel to get airdrop bonuses, but it's not even about the airdrops. This is one of the most enjoyable games in Web3. It is an absolute blast. I enjoyed playing it before there was a play to airdrop campaign. I am even more into it now that we can earn tokens for playing in this game. So it's time for me to make a starter's guide with some tips on getting started in Sipher Odyssey. So my first tip is actually less of a tip and more of an explanation. One of the biggest questions I get is, what are NFTs and what do the NFTs do in this game? Should I go get one? So we're gonna take a look at the NFTs right here that you can get. These are over on OpenSea. You can come in and pick up an NFT. There are NFTs for 2 of the 3 characters in Sipher. So each of those characters has then 4 subclasses. So there are a total of 12 subclasses within the game. 8 are available as NFTs. You can pick up Inu here. You can also come and get Nico. These are your characters in the game. If we go into our character screen here, you can see the 3 characters that we have. Our Taurus here is the one that is not available as an NFT yet. But if we come to any of these characters, I want to generate one real quick. If you just play in game, you can get all of these characters as Web 2 versions, just available in the game, not as an NFT. I'm going to generate this guy real quick so that you can see whenever you generate a vessel, you will get random stats. Up here on the upper right hand side, you're going to see HP, strength, precision. All of these stats have different ranges. You've got normal, good, great. So those are kind of like your common, uncommon, rare. There you can get an epic, you can get legendary. Overall, this was a fairly weak pull. They have random stats. If you get an NFT, they are all going to be on the higher end of the stat range. So your NFT characters are going to be a little bit better, but a lot of your stats are actually going to come from gear and other things. That is going to be the same for all of the characters. The augment pool is the same for all of them. So NFTs do get a slight advantage in the game, but overall it is a fairly small advantage. They do also get an advantage with the airdrop. You get a percent modifier on your airdrop if you own an NFT, regardless of whether you're actually using that NFT in the game or not. But otherwise, everything plays exactly the same. It is very, very free to play friendly. If you like the Web3 aspect, if you like owning your own assets, if you like earning more in the game, then I highly recommend going and getting an NFT. But the game is still great. It's still enjoyable. You're still earning airdrop points, even without it. You can tell if a character's NFT based on the background. So I have one NFT here, my Inu Cyborg. You can see how Cyborg. You can see how the back is all. It just kind of looks better. It looks cooler. We come back to one of the non-NFTs. It's just that plain bluish gray background, and then you get the added pink and everything in here. That means it's an NFT. But you can see that's not even necessarily my strongest character. If we look at our power score over here, is not necessarily my NFT. So they still level up the same. Everything plays exactly the same. So that's what the NFT, that's the Web3 portion of this game. Let's move on to some more actual tips. One of the first things that I like to know when playing a game is, how should I spend the resources? So what do you spend on? What do the resources do? Where should I most efficiently spend them? So the first currency we're going to look at here is your ROM. That's this yellow one up here that I've got 1,900 of at the moment. And you are going to rack that up daily. And there are a couple different places that you can spend it. The first place that I recommend spending it is down here in the energy section with your endless tickets. So you can buy 2 sets of endless tickets a day. You can spend 600 ROM per day to get endless tickets. Endless is going to be great at giving you XP, giving you shards for your vessels, and giving you some of the other currency to help you level up your gear. Plus, you earn airdrop points every time you run an endless mode. So it's great for leveling up. It's great for earning airdrop points. This is definitely one of the refreshes. If you have the time to run 6, you get 2 endless tickets a day, so you can buy 4 more. If you have time to run 6 endless tickets a day, I recommend it. I believe you only get airdrop points for the first 4, so the last 2 you don't get airdrop points, but I would still recommend running them. Arena tickets over here. If you're trying to collect airdrop points via arena, I would recommend that. If you're not going for a leaderboard for collecting airdrop points, or I mean, arena is just fun too, by the way. So I mean, if you have fun, anytime you're spending things, if you have fun doing it, go do that, right? So, but as far as efficiency and spending your currency, arena is not a great source of earning resources back in the game. So I would only do the arena ticket if you were going for the leaderboard for the airdrop points. So you can spend energy over here on this side if you need to, if you play the game enough. A lot of people between the endless and when you get started in the game, you don't go through a lot of energy, and every time you level up, you max out your energy. So I don't think a lot of people will need to do energy refreshes early in the game as you're getting started, but that is an option if you're playing enough to do that. So I'd spend it on refreshes, and then I'd go in here and get capsules. So there are different types of capsules. So which ones do you want? Well, there are 3 different types. So we'll start off with this general capsule right here. So this is going to, you can earn these via these blue standard keys here. And when you get those keys, you can open up. We'll open one here just so you can see it. This is going to give you, it can give you anything. Equipment. You can get equipment, you can get shards. So here you see we mostly got equipment. We got some accessory parts. You can get shards for characters here. You can literally pull anything, so you're not really choosing what you get. Open these up with the blue keys. That's the only thing you can open them up with. So if you get the blue keys, open those up. I would not spend your ROM on the general capsules though. You have the arachnid capsules, which you will earn in game. Again, you could just open them up with the keys. Those have a high chance of dropping legendary gear. If you see that spider boss, you want to fight it. You want those keys. They are very valuable, but unfortunately you can't open them up any way other than getting them in game. So then you have your standard keys here. So your glimmering keys. You can get weapons with them, or you can get weapons, you can get gear, or you can get vessels. I highly recommend going for vessels. This is going to be the way you can unlock the rarer characters, your epic characters, get your legendary, your ancients. And even if you buy them as an NFT, you still need to star them up. You still need to get the Web 2 versions of them to level them up and get those. You're going to be capped. So if we come back over here to we'll show my roster. So we've got this one right here, my Nico Synthetic is 3 stars. That means I can take this character, this vessel, up to level 60. My NFT character is only 2 stars. I can only take it to level 50. If it was a 1 star, you can only go to level 40. So combining characters allows you to level them up. So if we go to enhance, I need 2 2-star Inu cyborgs. Why can I not pronounce cyborg? I need 2 Inu cyborgs in order to get a 3-star. I need 2 more, so I need 3 total. You need 3 1-star in order to get a 2-star. So they combine together to be able to increase their level cap. They're not stronger on their own until you level them up, but you can increase them to higher level. So one of the ways you are going to get those is by coming in here and buying these vessels. You can, if you want to search for gear, if you want to search for weapons, you can spend your glimmering keys. You can come down here and spend your ROM on those. I have just found that I do not get high-end gear from here. Maybe I'm just unlucky. I've never really had a good pull from here. The vessels, I've had some good pulls, and you're going to need those, even if it's just the standard, your original characters. You're still going to need them in order to get them up to a level 60. So I would start pulling them from here. So I talked about gear. That's another thing. Let's go over to gear. Let's go look at this other resource here. So we have bites. Bites are used to level up your character. Like I've got a level that Taurus that I just pulled. We can come in here and we can put gear on it, maybe customize. we've got some like level 1 gear. We can come in here and level up the equipment for our character. Your character levels up by playing the game and getting XP. The equipment you level up by spending bytes on it. And what I have found early on, I was very conservative about how I want to spend my bytes. You see, I just leveled up a weapon that I didn't even necessarily look at. I don't even know if I'm going to use. I have so many bytes. Very, very quickly, I had more bytes than I was ever going to need. Go ahead and level up your equipment, even if you expect to upgrade and move on from it. I actually found that it was useful because, again, there are 12 different subclasses of characters, right? So I would play through a character and, okay, you need to be a certain level in order to equip some of this gear. So like, I can't come in here and even equip this rare 1-star weapon yet because I need to be level 6 or higher on my vessel. So that equipment that I just leveled up, I'm going to move on even by level 6. But when I would go back and start another character, I would then go back and use some of those old weapons that I had crafted before, and I would come back to it. So go ahead and spend your bytes and level everything, but especially if you're doing doing 6 endless runs a day, you're going to be earning enough bytes, you're going to be earning enough resources to just upgrade whatever you want. It's not a lot of games. When I first started out, I was kind of nervous because I didn't want to use those bytes and then need them later. You will very quickly, it will not take you long to get to the point where you have more bytes than you need. There's a shortage very, very early in the game, but it goes away very quickly. So upgrade everything until your heart's content. You can also come in here the power core. These were things when I was crafting my blueprints. You need power cores, and feel free to go in and buy these if you need it. Once again, if you're doing those endless runs as you're playing, you're going to get to the point where you don't need these because you're just naturally earning them in the game faster than you can spend them. But there is a shortage early in the game. Feel free to use your ROM on these. I did a couple times. I think that's a good way to spend resources. You can progress faster in the game while you're in that shortage, but that shortage will kind of fall away, and you won't need to do that for very long. So hopefully that helps you guys know how to spend your resources. But spending the resources is, I mean, some people like that. It's definitely fun to level up. But what's more fun is actually playing the game, right? So before we leave, let's look at a few gaming tips on how to efficiently battle, how to get the most out of your battles, how to progress as far as you can with your given gear. Let's look at some gameplay here. So playing the game, the big thing is going to be kind of one of the main goals of playing is not to take damage, because there is no source of heal in the game. So you're going to, as you're going through endless mode, where you're trying to get through 30 waves, even as you're going through campaign, where you're trying to go through 10 waves, 11 waves, one of the best ways to get through these levels is to avoid taking a damage. That's one of the biggest skill, is stay alive. And there are a bunch of different ways to do this. We have different characters. We have characters that have shields that can help stay alive. We have characters that have decoys. We have characters that have turrets. We have characters where you can go invisible, whether it's from the character itself or from different augments. It's kind of beyond the scope of this video to break down all the different ways to help you stay alive, but that's kind of that's one of my biggest tips, is to help you stay alive. If you want me to go through actual character breakdowns and do a video on brew, do a video on different classes or different subclasses, let me know in the comments. If these videos are popular, I would be more than happy to go make more guides, more detailed breakdowns. This is just saying, okay, adopt a strategy that helps you stay alive, that mitigates damage by avoiding damage. We can go through more specific ways to do that. I'd love to do that, but that's beyond the scope of this video. We'd be to do a 40-minute video going through all the different ways for all the different characters. So that's one of the biggest things. One other tip I'll leave for gameplay is learn to effectively use your environment, learn to master your environment. There are things like, okay, you'll have turrets that are placed in the environment that are meant to deal damage. They're meant to be a distraction for you. They're made to make it more difficult. use them to your advantage. You can go up to them and destroy them to unlock your skill. When you use after you use your melee enough times, you unlock your special skill for your range attack, and vice versa. Once you use your range attack several times, you unlock your melee special. You can unlock these on these turrets. Go up, destroy the turret with your melee attack to unlock your range special ability that you can go use to help eliminate enemies from the map. Not only are you eliminating the traps, the obstacles in the map, but you're also making it easier to defeat your opponents as well, to clear your map for the dozens of enemies that keep going up and up as we get into endless mode. There could be 50 in a map. It gets crazy. Another thing is learning to master melee. So melee can be great for various things, and it's going to be very different depending on each character. So again, I'm not going to go too in depth, but melee can be difficult because one of the first tips I gave was avoiding damage, right? Well, to use a melee attack, you have to get at least somewhat close to your opponent. So that can be a more dangerous approach. But learning when you can use your melee to quickly eliminate your enemies. Melees typically do more damage. You can defeat enemies faster. But not only to defeat enemies, but using it on defense. You can use melee to deflect projectiles and stay alive. A lot of times if you evade the projectile, you might run into a trap, you might run into something else. If you can learn to efficiently use your melee attack to destroy a projectile, then you don't have to dodge, you don't have to risk running into a trap. It can be a better way once you get skilled at it. Well, you've got to be skilled. If you miss on your melee attack, then that ranged projectile is going to hit you full force. So that's going to be a skill that you have to learn. But learning to efficiently use your melee, knowing when to go in, do heavy damage, get back out, knowing when to use it as defense. Some of these characters, you can even use it to transport across the map. That's one of the things I love about my NFT Inu here is his melee special can be strung together, and it can be used as an escape route, or used a way to go from one side to the other without having to go put yourself at risk. You can instead of dashing, you can transport with your melee attack. So there are all different ways, and as you can see, these characters play very different. So it's hard to go over too many specifics when each character plays a little different. But that's part of the fun of the game, right? We have 12 different subclasses, 12 different characters that all play either very different or slightly different, and I want to level them all up. So I'm spending a lot of time on this game. It has been a blast. Hopefully you guys can take some of these tips and use it to get started. Go play the game, go earn some airdrop points, earn some of the new Aether token. The Sipher token is becoming the Aether token, and come join me on my live streams. We are playing on live streams. You don't even just have to watch me, you can hop in and play with me. This game has been so much fun to stream because I can interact with the audience, play with you guys, and it's just a freaking fun game. Have I said that yet? Have I said that it's a fun game yet? I hope you guys love it. Again, if you want more videos on Sipher, leave comments down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, blow up the engagement with this video, and it'll motivate me to make more on this game. There's so many fun NFT games, Web3 games that are coming. This is one of them. It's not coming, it is here. It is here. Go play it. Stop watching the video, go play right now.